Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Heads up! The end! Got him!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
How about this? The end! Heads up! That's enough!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Here we go! This'll do!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! How about this? This'll do! Got him! Bye now! Oh no you don't!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way! This'll do! This is gonna sting!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
How about this? That's enough! This'll do! This is gonna sting!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Why do you and Soldier risk your lives in battle? Were I in your position, I would find it unbearable to have to fight for Shinra.
Well, being at the beck and call of the company can get tiresome at times.
VII. Have you ever heard this term?
Cetra? Never heard of it.
VII will return to the Promised Land, a land that promises supreme happiness. It is said that the Promised Land is fertile with an overabundance of Mako energy. If we seize the Promised Land, we would have all the energy we need without Mako reactors. The Cetra are thought to know the exact location of this wondrous Promised Land.
Oh, come on. Sounds like a fairy tale.
The science department has invested vast amounts of money to study this fairy tale, even at the risk of making the most inhuman of sacrifices.
I'm not getting you, Doc. What exactly are you talking about?
My point is only this. Shinra deserves to perish.
We've been looking for you. I've come here to take you into custody.
What's going on?
This man has been releasing test monsters from Professor Hojo's laboratory with the intention of having them attack Midgar.
What?
Truly, the research conducted by the science department is tantamount to sacrilege. We must atone for our sins. That is all.
That doesn't make sense! To atone for our sins, Midgar has to burn?
We had even sacrificed Ifalna, the last surviving Cetra, to atone for that. Destroying a city like Midgar is a bargain.
He was the #2 guy in the science department, after Professor Hojo. He was always a well-respected member of the science department. So why?
It looks like you have a lot of cute items. Mithril tools and walnut wood and premium tires and Craftsman Monthly, huh? If we use these materials, we could make another wagon, I think.
So, what do you think? Let me guess. You want a nicer one?
This one's cute. I love it. This one's the best yet.
He shoots, he scores! Now, let's go sell some flowers. Yeah, it's looking really cute.
You think people will buy?
Thank you.
Wow, Zach. We're a big hit.
I told you so. At this rate, the wagon will be empty before you know it.
Oh, are these real flowers? Very nice.
But of course, Aerith here tended to them with great love and care.
Really? It would be wonderful to see these flowers growing all around the slums.
Yeah, that's me and Aerith's dream. Not just the slums. Lower and Upper Midgar will be full of flowers.
Will we sell them above?
Why do you... Oh, you're still afraid of the sky?
Yeah, but I want to go. I want to try.
Okay, after my next job is done, we'll go.
Really?
Yes, I promise.
Thank you, Zach.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! Taking you down a peg! Bye now!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
This'll do! Taking you down a peg! Bye now! Oh no you don't! Heads up!
Conflict resolved.
Later!
Activating combat mode. Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bye now. How about this?
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg. Bye now. This'll do. Gonna love this. Here we go. You're in for it now. Oh
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bye now. That's enough. Taking you down a peg. Heads up. Bye now. Here we go. This'll do. Oh no you don't.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
How about this? Taking you down a peg. Gonna love this.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go. Taking you down a peg.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way. This'll do. Take that. Oh
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
How about this? Here we go. This'll do. Taking you down a peg. Warm-up's over.
Prove your honor to me.
I got it.
Conflict resolved.
The end.
Activating combat mode.
How about this? Heads up! Here we go.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bye now. That's enough.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
How about this? Oh no, you don't.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on. Bye now. How about this? Here we go.
Conflict resolved.
Got him.
Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg. This is gonna sting.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Here we go. Heads up. Gonna love this.
Conflict
Oh, yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
This'll do. Bye now. This is gonna sting. Taking you down a peg.
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bye now. Here we go.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way. Heads up. That's enough. Taking you down a peg. Bye now. Brace yourself. Oh
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
This'll do. How about this?
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
This'll do. How about this? This'll do. Heads up! Gonna love this!
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
How about this? Here we go.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
How about this? This'll do. Oh, no, you don't!
Conflict
Oh,
resolved.
yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Heads up! Bye now!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! Taking you down a peg! Here we go! Gonna love this!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way! This'll do! Bye now!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg! Bye now!
Conflict
Oh, yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg. Here we go. The end.
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
This'll do. That's enough.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Heads up. How about this? This'll do.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Heads up. Taking you down a peg. This'll do. This is gonna sting. Better run for it.
Concentrate.
I'm feeling it.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on. Take that.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Hot. Hot.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bye now.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg. Oh
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Out of the way. This'll do.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! How about this? Bye now!
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
This'll do! Oh no, you don't! Oh
Conflict
yeah!
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Out of the way! Taking you down a peg! How about this? Oh
Conflict
yeah!
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Heads up! This'll do!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Heads up! How about this? Hey! Got him!
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Here we go! Heads up! Bye now! Taking you down a peg! Bye now! How about this? This'll do! Take that!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
How about this? Heads up!
Conflict resolved.
Later!
Activating combat mode.
How about this? This'll do! Heads up! Ah!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
This'll do! Heads up! Here we go!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bye now! How about this? Bye now! This is gonna sting! Heads up! That's enough!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! How about this? Bye now! Heads up! Gonna love this!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Bye now! How about this? Bye now!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Heads up! Taking you down a peg! Heads up!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
How about this? This is gonna sting!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Here we go! This'll do! Heads up!
Conflict resolved.
Got him! Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
This'll do! Bye now!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Out of the way!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Later!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
This'll do! How about this? Oh
Conflict
yeah!
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bring it on! Later!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Here we go! Heads up! See it! Got him! Got it!
Conflict
Oh, yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bye now! Here we go!
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Heads up! See it! Try now! You're in for it now!
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
How about this? Bye now! Got him! See it!
Conflict
Oh, yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Here we go. Heads up. Take that.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
Taking you down a peg. How about this? Hot Raider! Got me in! This'll do.
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Heads up! Later! How about this? Better run for it!
Prove your honor to me.
I got it.
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
See it! Taking you down a peg.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bye now. Oh no, you don't. Taking you down a peg. Here we go. This'll do. Taking you down a peg. Take that. You're in for it now.
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Out of the way. This'll do. Bye now. That's enough.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
This'll do. Bye now.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Here we go. Heads up.
Conflict
Oh, yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bring it on. How about this?
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
This'll do.
Conflict
yeah.
resolved. Activating combat mode.
Here we go. Heads up.